I don't think I'd ever thought I'd say, oh, I want to go back and be a tween again. But if it means I get to go to this summer camp, then count me in. We are talking tween trauma camp, just an incredible experience for area kids.
It really is. It really is. This is a wonderful time where the kids get to experience a little bit of what an EMT, paramedic, firefighter, and understand what flight medicine is all about. So this is, I can't say this is a camp that isn't more over the top.
And now, Denelle, you currently work as a paramedic, is this right?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you think this could help steer kids in a direction of helping to serve our community?
I'll tell you what, I absolutely do. We have several kids that are returning this year, that are returning because they've decided that they want to go into a medical field because of the camp last year. And this camp is way more hands-on than last year even. We've got a lot of fun things planned for them this year.
Now, Denelle, this is the second year of the camp. People at home, what do they need to know about how they could get involved and what would be in store for them?
So we have a number of ways. The camp costs $219, and as one firefighter says, well, that's the price of a book. So that's really a cheap exchange as far as the experience goes. The other thing, they need to call me at the school. Just ask for Judy Weston. They know how to get a hold of me. And then the other thing is, if there's a financial need, definitely get a hold of me.
Absolutely. And now, how many days is this camp?
This is 4 days.
And each day they're building on the skills from the day before?
That's right. So the first day, most of the people, when they want to enter into the program, they start out as an EMT. The second day is paramedicine, and we actually get them into an ambulance driving around the campus, and they understand, even at 10 miles an hour, they are about freaked out about how fast it was. And then we switch things around. The third day is a day in the life of a flight medic. And so they have to understand what they have to do when they fly. So we're actually going to go to a location, and the life team is going to come in and land, and they're going to see what they have to do and learn how to go around it.
I can't even say how envious I am of these kids. After last year, what was the kids' reaction to their experience?
It was phenomenal. Of the 13 kids that were in that initial camp, 3 of them came back with medical emergencies that they had to handle on their own. And one of the gentlemen will be back as a squad leader this year, but where his grandfather fell, hit his head, and he knew what to do. And the 911 calls are very frightening. So to know I need to report this, the location where I'm at, and then when the call was finished, there was a mix in the location, so he actually went out and flagged down the ambulance. So that's pretty amazing for a 13-year-old kid to understand what to do.
Absolutely. Now, as close as we get to a tween here on News 5 today is Chris's maturity level. So Chris, hey, you want to come on and let's take a look at what we would do.
The mannequin here looks a lot like I do in the newsroom most times.
Well, now I can't say that he's getting it done at a high level because that's just inappropriate.
Right. No, well, don't say that. So
okay, fine.
Where am I going here? You're going to do the actual
I get to be a paramedic.
I'm going to stand back then while you are going.
Okay.
And ladies, you lead us here.
All right, so when you come across an emergency, what's the first thing that you're going to do?
Well, I panic, but I think the first thing I need to do is analyze the situation is what I should be doing.
And stay calm, absolutely.
Okay, so the panic is definitely not what I want.
The panic is out, and we're going to teach that in those 4 days. And you're going to panic. It's a natural thing to do. But go ahead and call 911, and you're going to visit with your dispatcher. So go ahead and pretend that you're on the phone with 911.
Okay, all right. Hello, and that's a 911. That's how you reach 911.
Yes,
okay,
that's how you
I've done that. And I would say, hello, I have an emergency.
911, what is your emergency?
Well, I've got a guy with no shirt on. He's in our television studio. Can we get him out of here? No, I don't. What is our problem? I see bleeding going on, and he seems unconscious. Is this what I'm saying?
Yes, I want to know that. They're going to ask you things like, is your patient responsive?
Okay, as I talk into my pinky, no, he doesn't seem to be. Have I shaken him, or do I not want to touch him at all? Because
you absolutely want to shake him.
Right,
he could be sleeping. Maybe he's just taking a nap, and I don't recommend that.
Okay, that's a little too much. But yeah, so see, all right, no, he is unresponsive right now.
And then they're going to ask you, is he breathing, and do you see any major bleeds?
Okay, I don't see breathing going on, do I? But I do see some blood on his arm, unless that was spilled Kool-Aid or something.
No, we're going to say that it's blood.
Okay, all right.
And so we're going to need a location. What's your address?
We are at KSNB Studios now, or whatever we are, 6475 Osborne Drive West, Hastings.
Okay, fantastic. You did really well. They're going to ask some basic questions. You passed. Very good.
All right, good. Thank you.
Very good. And so the paramedics are going to arrive.
Yes, okay.
Because obviously you don't want me around in an emergency, because most of the time I'm running the other way.
Very well.
All right,
you did very well.
Okay, so now I'm paramedic cool down and collected, and I know what to do.
Right. So we're going to teach you how to use that stethoscope that's around your neck. We're going to teach the kids to listen to lung sounds. They're going to, we actually moulage up a patient for them to treat. So they'll have glass sticking out of an arm or some sort of a head wound that they actually get to treat. They get to put pressure on it. It looks very, very real. They'll get to do that. We have cardiac monitors that they'll get to play with. They're going to learn CPR on the first day. We're actually going to have a live extrication drill going on the third day. We've really turned this
have a heart.
There's nothing
into a completely hands-on experience for the kids.
In your life as a real paramedic here, when you're analyzing a situation, how important is the information from the 911? Because that's setting your mindset as you go there, right?
I'd like to tell you that it's really, really important, but it's not, because people panic and they give the wrong information, or they don't give enough information, or they hang up and they don't return a phone call. So I cannot encourage you enough to answer the questions that dispatch asks you and to stay on the phone with them until they tell you to get off.
Is that an issue that people are hanging up too soon because they're so wrapped up in what's going on here?
That is definitely an issue. We get that a lot, where our dispatch is an address and you're needed, and that's all we get. And so we've kind of trained ourselves to not really listen to what dispatch says, and not because they're wrong or because they're doing a bad job, but because they sometimes don't get all the information, because people naturally tend to panic.
We just have a little bit of time left. Can Shelby do compressions?
Well, can I ask a quick question? So
yes.
This changed CPR, and there's no more mouth-to-mouth breathing?
There is still mouth-to-mouth breathing, but we do have something called hands-on CPR. It's for adults, witnessed cardiac arrest, and if you don't feel comfortable locking lips with somebody because you don't know them or because you do, that's your choice, but go ahead and start compressions, because that's the most important thing.
That is
and it's so important. Chris and I have been talking lately about how important it is that we should all really be trained in CPR and how that can really save a life.
Yes.
I would agree.
And we do have those classes at CCC, or maybe we can even come here, let's say in the evening, we can work things out. But it's important to contact your local CPR provider, then help you get trained.
All right, Judy, tell us about the camp quickly if people are interested in signing up. How do
If you want to come, call CCC at Central Community College and call the Grand Island number and ask for Judy Weston. Say, I heard about the tween camp this morning, and we'll help you out. And maybe if Shelby wants to check the heart and see if he does have a heart.
do that quick before we go to break.
I know, I'm going to get yelled at. So you toss to break and I'll do this.
All right, Judy, Denelle, thank you so very much. Look out.
That was all good. Did you worry about
Good times at the trauma camp. Good times happening. Stay with us. More News
really
Today coming up right after this.